So there we have it. We're done. In terms of the first group here at the Blast Fall Groups, we've got our 2 arena teams. I've got my 1 guest for the overtime today. You know, I was trying to bring you guys great guests, but we got launders.
You're excused. I'm done with you.
We made it, man. That was a long series and a long day as well, right? But we'll be joined shortly as well by Freya and by Mauisnake. We're gonna break in the new blood.
I heard he likes being called Mauisnake.
Meowie.
But it was lucky he was making that kitty purr today.
Oof.
Oh my.
I'll let you guys plug in and then I'll officially welcome. Take your time.
I think we're just supposed to ignore him and just start talking.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. So that Maui guy, right?
Oh yeah.
Thinks he can just show up, big
He can't hear anything because his mic attached yet.
You guys good?
No, actually, wait.
All right,
No.
that's fine.
Wait,
What have you done, Maui?
there we go.
Nice.
Welcome, man. Welcome. Inaugural overtime episode, Mauisnake. Freya, we only had you on for 1 last season.
Yeah, and I got absolutely shot on for my map tier list, so I decided.
Oh, that's true. We did a map
I love
tier
how
list.
we tried our hardest to encourage Freya to come on the show. Only give her the worst roast possible.
Yeah.
What was it for putting? What did you put? Like overpass?
You put overpass at the bottom for sure. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you were like, you don't like playing it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And then we all went on to talk about how it was so great. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just sitting there like,
Well, welcome, guys. Official cheers, shall we?
Cheers.
To the first group. Done.
yes.
Cheers, Mo.
So you guys been on
Cheers.
Twitter today or what?
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, man. Scrawny got mentioned on Twitter.
Yeah, I blew up in Valorant today, guys.
That was
Oh,
why
yeah.
you. Okay, we were trying to work out the
Why?
context
What?
of why
Well,
you tweeted.
Yeah,
Heidi
Oh.
called Crashy's Scrawny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because she called Crashy
Oh.
a scrawny F word.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Scrawny mentioned, like Brazil mentioned, and when Brazil mentioned, Brazil shows up. So
I
Scrawny's
was
right
summoned,
there.
you know. I didn't take it personally. You got to own it, right? That's what they don't get.
Right.
Still try to use
Right.
that as an insult.
Yeah.
But
No, Crashy's was pressed about it, but
it's all right. He'll recover.
you live it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to recover. We got big games ahead,
Yeah.
right? But that's Valorant. We'll put that.
game?
Oh, you want to go?
I
on
don't
the
even
CS
know
Twitter
what
drama?
you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, you want to go? Yeah. Okay. Let's go to CS Twitter drama.
You seen the CS Twitter drama?
Who?
Wait.
Who's
Astro.
Yeah.
Oh, Astro. Astro's
yeah.
been really kicking up a storm there.
Yeah. I think
he's
note
trying to
one,
get-
he actually just issued an apology. He just
Did he
added
really?
note
Yeah.
And just completely apologized.
And that's how you know you've won.
Yeah, he just put out a tweet that said that, implying that, like, he just said, so all CS players who match fix should be banned who are playing Valorant. Kind of like saying,
Who are the match fixers?
For the record, of course, for the people who don't know, Hastro, owner of Envy.
Yeah.
Right. For the record, just so everybody's in on the conversation.
yeah. A lot of people are tweeting Twitter. I can't believe Twitter is free, and I get it. But at the same time, it's kind of just, it's a lot of, it's just so much stuff all the time.
It's free because it gives to us, but it takes away from them. It's,
Yeah.
it's equivalent exchange,
Yeah, right.
actually. So,
Yeah.
you know, Hastro, big loser, the audience winning.
Winning, right? Yeah.
Big winning.
Yes.
Damn.
It's a shame that Envy had such a poor run in their last couple of years, honestly. And I say
It
that
was
trying not to
expensive.
laugh, like tongue in cheek.
It was an expensive run, yes.
It's an expensive run. It was
Nifty
a
had a
nifty
great
run.
time.
A
Yeah.
nifty run at that.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
No,
Some
there
people
was
might have enjoyed it, actually.
There was at one point where he played like he played like 4 best of ones in a year, I think. And I think he's getting like 20 grand every month.
My favorite was Thomas got interviewed recently, I think by Scriv, and he said that when he was when Envy took a break, Thomas started ringing for teams, and he played more officials in the time that he was ringing, while technically still on Envy,
Yeah.
than he did play for Envy.
Yeah,
So
because they
that's
only
just-
played Flashpoint.
they just play Flashpoint.
They only played Flashpoint
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
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 They actually made the playoffs, actually, at least one of those times, just barely. So that's like a weird victory that I don't know how. That's just because they gave a lot of playoff slots at Flashpoint.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
They were pretty genuine.
Speaking of Flashpoint, Maui, all right, since it's your first time here on the Overtime Show, first time here at Blast, this is my first time meeting you in person.
That's
it's been
true.
a good time so far. I think
Let's keep it that way.
I should extend a thank you and a welcome. But you guys know him from Flashpoint, right? So you guys are a little more familiar
For Mauier.
with
Yeah.
Mauisnake. I was hoping maybe today we'd get some Mauisnake stories. I don't know if you guys have any good ones yet. I don't know if he's been around long enough to like get the good stuff.
I mean, we definitely chilled a lot.
We hung out a lot. We ate a
Yeah.
lot of tacos.
Oh, we
Okay.
had some meat margaritas.
Margaritas,
Oh, yeah.
tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was good.
we embraced the LA culture. Actually,
did.
the
We ate a
first
lot.
the first day of Flashpoint 2, or the day before Flashpoint 2 started, it was myself, my girlfriend, Launders, and we were
I'm
gonna
not
go
your
to,
girlfriend.
Huh? Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Comma.
Yeah. And then we went to Freya's Airbnb. We got everybody there, and it was Cinco de Mayo, so every taco place was just jammed.
Yeah.
And so
No, this is the funniest part. Okay, so we're like driving.
Yeah.
It's like 6 o'clock, and then I think you texted me, and you're like, we're gonna have like this, like a get together for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
At Freya's Airbnb, like
Yes.
James and everything was there. And then we're like driving around, and we go to the first taco place, and it's completely rammed. I mean, everyone had brought their scooters down from LA, just like
rammed, yeah.
drive, and then
the lime scooters are
and then
just lying
we're sitting in the
across the
car,
floor.
and Maui's just like, we're trying to get tacos on Cinco de Mayo at 6 o'clock.
It's impossible. This ain't gonna happen.
It just seemed like a great idea,
Yeah.
but then it was like, oh, that's everyone's idea. But we
Yeah.
did manage it.
We did.
And they were mean.
We
They were
did,
mean.
yeah. We went to a local joint of mine, Galagetza on
Galagetza.
Melrose. Yeah, that place was killing it. We got about 100 tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were too many.
We got about 100.
100?
Yeah, we got about 100 tacos.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry, you were like 5 people?
It was like outside a Target on the street corner, and it was just like one of those like kind of like pop-up setups like on the
Yeah.
sidewalk.
Yeah.
And we ordered like 100 tacos.
Yeah,
We felt so
Because you
guilty
waited
the
that
whole
long
time.
that you had to like
But it was
justify
Cinco
it.
de Mayo at the same time. Like,
Yeah, we had to. You have to do it big on Cinco de Mayo. You know, you
Yeah.
gotta do mood
Yeah.
show right there.
And then they came to the Airbnb that I was with James Bardolph as well. Summer came
We had
to
Lex.
a couple of Lex.
Lex was there, yeah.
A couple of other like face-up production guys too.
Yeah.
And we realized we didn't have enough cups. So I ended up using what I imagine was
yeah,
like,
this
like
part
a
was
measuring cup or something.
Yeah, because
a
margarita.
bowl.
There was-
I don't know what it was.
There was like it was almost like a parfait tray, and then of course Freya just takes one for the team. She's like, I'll drink out of that. And it's just like, that's not a cup. Like this is a weird.
It's like if you went on a cruise and they give you like a fruit basket or
Yes,
like
it's
a
a-
plastic fruit cup or something like that.
Yeah.
Like Freya just emptied that out and filled it with a margarita.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then tried to coat the rim with salt.
Oh yeah, we did that the wrong. How did you?
I wet my finger and just put it.
Yeah, instead of like actually just
Turning it upside down.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like a normal person, you tried like using spit.
respect
that was
it.
Oh,
sanitary.
no.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, I actually did that recently. So this is like like how technology has changed and me not realizing it. So like I went to mail something to my mom in the same city as me before I left, and I just didn't even know how to mail a letter in like 2021 because I haven't done that in so long. So
Where's the send button?
Like I buy it and I'm like, where do you get the stamps and like how do you put them on and stuff like that? Are people licking stamps these days? And I go to the post office, I buy the envelope and it's like a prepaid envelope and has the stamps on it, and I'm just mailing it in the same city. It's like, it's no problem. And I stand there and I lick the envelope, and they're like, no, you're not supposed to lick the envelope because you just peel the thing off and
Yeah.
seal
It was a
it.
glue strip. Oh man.
That was my Freya moment.
Okay, hold on. That's a segue. Speaking of packages, we have a delivery for today's overtime show. All right? Because the overtime show and Blast itself is not possible without our beloved sponsors. And for this season of Blast, we have a special new sponsor, Magnum. Magnum ice cream, very popular here in Denmark, all right? I was told that earlier today there was a Twitter poll on the Blast Premier Twitter account that decided what flavor of Magnum ice cream that we were gonna try today on the Overtime Show. So
Let's do it.
that is right. We were all paid to watch Counter-Strike, drink beer, and eat ice cream today. And
have no
Some
so
would say the life.
the life.
You have
So
to say it like this too, yeah.
the life.
Wow, we've
life.
actually got like proper packages and everything.
So,
wow.
to those of you guys who have stuck
show-
around, I would
show
just like
the
to say
camera?
this part is thanks to Magnum. Thank you to Magnum, first and foremost.
I'm just gonna unzip this.
And there's supposed to be some kind of a system here.
A system.
All right? This was like, listen, everything's good in Denmark in
Like
terms
an
of technology.
There you go.
okay?
Like a glaive type system or a.
Yeah, just
wow.
wait to see what we have in store here,
what is
right?
this? Press to crack?
Exactly. So 2 cups each.
Press to crack.
I got a big
Spoons
spoon,
in
a small
abundance.
spoon. Would you like a big spoon or a small spoon?
Oh,
May I?
Yeah, go for it. I actually
All right.
don't know how to
the
do
pressure.
this.
What are they going?
So here we have, and
I lick envelopes, so-
Yeah, that's about,
Yeah.
that's
big,
about
yeah,
right.
big spoon serve.
Sounds smart.
You got this art. It's much easier than a margarita glass. You're good.
Oh.
So we've got the double salted caramel Magnum bucket, and this is the tech that I'm talking about. Okay, Maui, this is high tech shit. Press to crack. You'll see it on the side, right?
Oh wow.
We're gonna open these up. Press to crack. You think what? Oh man.
Just gonna go up like a volcano.
See if we can get some ASMR at the same time.
It says wait 10 minutes, squeeze.
They've been out
wrap,
10 minutes.
Recycle.
Oh wow.
Wow,
Yes,
we're just
they've
ahead
been
of
out.
the game.
Yeah.
Amanda, on the
Oh
ball.
my goodness. Thank
So,
you, production.
check this
You,
out.
Amanda.
I'm talking chocolate-topped Magnum bucket, all right? And this chocolate top What do you do when you want to serve ice cream? There's clearly chocolate in the way. Press to crack, Maui.
No way.
I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna watch you do it first. So I don't want my strength to get the better of me. And this ice cream. What if I like?
Maybe
What if I
like
accidentally
see you do it.
go-gurt it?
Yeah, me
Should the
too.
lid be
Put a
on?
knock.
Well, see, here's the thing: is they should have had a practice run because I don't know if I'm doing it hard enough
Okay,
or if
yeah.
I'm about to mess this up,
I'm really
or if it's
scared.
only been 9
try,
minutes.
I'll try.
But I'm getting, my mouth is like
Can I
watering.
get a close up here
Gotta
on
get
mine?
up.
Can we
Press
get
to crack.
All right, I'm pressing it. It's coming out. Let's go. Oh my! It's pushing it out a little bit. I'm a little worried.
Oh, I'm nervous.
I'm actually. This
Yeah,
is,
no, that's just
Okay,
coming out.
that's-
yeah.
Okay,
I'm just
getting
like
worried.
watching David Blaine like freeze himself in ice for 4 days. You just think he's gonna die.
It's
the
gonna
whole
push
time.
it
yeah,
out.
that's it.
Or is it? Or is it? I don't
just
want to
went-
ruin the sponsor
All right,
segment.
I will say that
honestly.
looks absolutely delicious, though.
I don't want to.
Yeah, look at that. That's what we want.
Freya, would you do the honors
Oh, God.
of
Mo, may I?
cracking?
Yeah.
The girl who
You want a
drank
chocolate top?
a margarita
Why
out
is
of
it
a
such a big-
fucking trifle ball.
Why such a big? It's
Yes.
small.
Yeah.
It's ice cream.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I thought you were
Awesome.
just gonna put it in
Great
my mouth.
job.
Why?
There you go.
Would you? Wow. Thank you.
With the icy spoon.
Gotta
and
get some of
everything.
this sort of camera on there as well.
Yeah,
I'm going in
I'm
there.
trying to
I'm
make
getting
sure
in
this
there.
doesn't
Just
fall.
go, man.
Here,
I tried to do the charade in the show.
Oh,
Why,
that
thank you.
bangs.
Why,
That is
does it?
so good.
here, I will hold yours up too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
What a
let's-
gentleman.
So thank you, Magnum.
Let's make this efficient.
Much appreciated. I've got to say,
Everybody loved that.
ice cream, beer, and Counter-Strike.
That's actually really good. What the hell?
Here, we'll push this.
Not that I didn't think it was gonna be good, but I wasn't ready.
Yeah, there we
All
go.
right.
I've gotta say-
We can go for second.
You guys get to
yeah.
see this part, but
Back for it.
obviously,
This is mean.
sorry, I shouldn't speak with my mouth full. Behind the scenes, there's an entire refrigerator or freezer in the like the kitchen area for Blast, and we've worked a few Blast events so far. I don't know if morale has ever been so high, and all it took was a freezer full of ice cream bars from Magnum.
Wow.
And we were just like watching similar.
Ooh.
With like half an ice cream as the game started.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what he was gonna do with it.
Yeah.
Because you can't put down an ice cream because it's gonna melt. I actually don't know how that ended.
Are we gonna do our reviews of this?
Would you like to?
Yeah,
I mean,
go for it.
Yeah.
so going back to yourself and your guys' adventures and your food adventures, I know, Maui, that you strike me as a bit of a foodie. You know good food from bad food, and not in like a pretentious kind of way, like a down-to-earth appreciator of good cuisine.
Okay.
So I actually rate your opinion highly in this situation.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you out of 5. Actually, out of 10. Give you more leeway.
Well, they're a sponsor, so 10, first of all. But that's my honest opinion.
Okay.
And now your real opinion?
That's over overtime.
Okay.
No, okay. Okay, I'll just say what I think. It's a good ice cream. It's got great texture. It's creamy. Sometimes the ice creams like this get a little bit too icy. That's the worst for an ice cream. Magnum, it's not icy.
pure cream, yeah.
It's actually cream. It's great in that sense. And the caramel flavor has depth to it in a way that's not just simply like, oh, here's caramel swirl, let's go. Yeah, it's actually like, oh, that's caramel, not caramel, Makes me
Damn, dude.
I'll pronounce the A a little bit.
I knew that was gonna be
I like
good.
that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go next.
Nope.
Okay.
That was too good, actually.
There's also textural contrast with these the crack, whatever crack,
Yeah.
that little
Yeah.
chocolate topping. And that's something that you got to appreciate because honestly, if ice cream doesn't have texture, it gets pretty boring pretty fast.
It's just milk.
Yeah. When you have texture though, that's when you can eat a whole pint in one go.
Yeah.
That's when you regret the evening
Yeah.
because you're just gonna kill it.
Then you do it again
Of course, for Magnum's sake.
for Magnum's sake
For Magnum's sake.
and happiness' sake.
Magnum.
I did not expect you to
pleasure's
drop a textural what was that? Textural contrast?
Yes.
Beautiful. So,
Analyst for a reason.
first time in Denmark as well for you, Maui. Are you excited? We have a relatively free day tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've got some Danish cuisine maybe on the line.
Yes.
What's your big goal coming to Copenhagen? What are you hoping to accomplish here?
I want to experience the city mostly because I have heard that the urban planning here is great.
Yeah.
And that's something that I do care about, despite spending a lot of time in LA, which has offensively bad urban
Yeah.
planning.
Sure.
I will say that Copenhagen has been pretty good so far. It's a nice, dense neighborhood. It's not too big. everything is bikeable. Like that's a huge quality of life improvement because LA, you're biking around, you can die.
You will get hit.
You might die. Yeah.
No one likes bikers there first.
They actually just get mad at you for biking. So
Yeah.
You haven't been able to experience a bike share because we like in the old studio,
Right.
obviously like Barcel's now in a new studio space. We used to cycle there pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Right? Haven't been able to do this here, so
Yeah.
you're gonna get a bit of a treat tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be awesome. First day off. It's gonna be a great time to
We might have
see
multiple
everything.
burgers. So there's
That's
Popple,
something-
there's gasoline, and then there's Max Burger, the best burger in Denmark. That we I'm sorry, so many people got mad when I said
Okay,
that.
I'm ready for the burger tour.
Yeah.
I'm really, just bring it on.
I have advice for you out the gate,
That's
okay?
just lunch.
We haven't had a time to go around yet, and I think Freya, your first time in Copenhagen was the last Blast event, so like
Yeah.
you were the newcomer, now it's Maui, and I think Freya will attest to this. If we're riding bicycles, don't stay too close to launders.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that?
Why?
He's the most dangerous of the
I
gang
don't
when it
think
comes
you
to
see
cycling.
red as a color. Like I just don't. Whenever there's a red light, you're just
No,
like,
that's when I see red.
fuck
You know what I
it.
mean?
I can go through this.
Yeah, I really don't have like a fear factor, I think. I don't have like the same.
Or a license.
Yeah.
So
I remember I was in Vietnam, like getting like tattoos with my girlfriend. I just walked into a random shop, and she's just like, "I think you have like a higher risk tolerance than I do." And I just registered me like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Like, I don't have that, so.
Well, I'll be sure to try to match your speed.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, we're just to get Scrawny like nervous, you know.
yeah, that's fine. Me and
That's
Freya,
actually really
we'll
easy.
get that.
we'll happily
That's
sit
actually a
back.
favorite part of it.
Mess his blood pressure
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Yeah. Could be in a safer place. There's not even mosquitoes here, I think, so.
Really. Denmark's got it all and doesn't have it all.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Less is more.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good way to put it. Are there bugs here? I haven't seen a single bug.
Just you.
Did they get rid of all the bugs in Denmark? Like, what's going on?
How do they do that?
Just the water bug. That's the only one.
Water bugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
We saw jellyfish.
You know when you're crossing spawn?
That counts?
And everyone
So
hears it.
jellyfish.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the jellyfish last time in the summer?
Wait,
They were
no
everywhere.
way.
Were they in the studio?
way.
So we were
Also-
like, we kept
yeah.
jumping in the water like everywhere we could find, right? And we looked down into it was like in the Refin, and there's an area where the boats dock. And Scrawny didn't want to jump off the first cliff that we were looking at. We looked at another place, and we looked down, and there's just so when it gets warm out, the jellyfish come up to the top, and there was just. It was like SpongeBob SquarePants, the amount of jellyfish.
Wow.
There was no water.
Jellyfish fields.
I don't
Yeah.
know whether I would have
Love.
jumped in when we went in the evening if I'd have known there were jellyfish.
I don't think there were there.
Not
It's all-
there, not there.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, they come to the top when it's hot. They're also harmless, and they're Danish, so they're nice.
They're Danish,
okay,
right?
yeah.
Because where we went swimming there, the reason I didn't want to jump into the first one is because in the summer, it feels like every Dane that lives in Copenhagen, like all 500 of them, are always out on bodies of water.
Yeah.
And so we get to this dock that's next to the studio, very conveniently, nice place, and there's just Danes everywhere, which is great.
Danes,
right? It's like a nice casual type party vibe.
We're just, like,
everybody's
licking
just enjoying the
Danes.
sun, you know, having a tuborg, and then I saw this huge empty spot, right? Like all the water was full, there was nowhere to jump in, it was hard to enter. I'm like, these idiots, this whole section's just completely free. And it was only once we got up close and personal that like, oh, because you'd probably die. And
Yeah,
you
I don't
convinced me
know
not
if they
to.
all are the singy ones. I don't really know much
About jellyfish?
about the life aquatic. Not
There's
really.
some that are not that
Yeah,
bad.
I don't think those are the super stingy ones.
Yeah,
but-
but I couldn't tell you which one, so I'm not gonna test it myself.
I feel like there had to be a reason people weren't swimming with them. So
Yeah.
there must be
They
something.
wanted to let you have that space.
Oh, yeah.
It's so Danish. of
So
them.
Danish. It's a Danish moment.
It's just so generous, honestly. Wow, it's gonna be exciting tomorrow, though. You guys are gonna show me around.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Just come with an empty stomach, I think. You're gonna have like 3
You
burgers.
guys are my only friends, so you guys have to show me around.
Likewise.
It's by law, actually.
Mm.
In
In
Denmark, you
contract.
have to do that.
It's
Yeah.
nice to have like again somebody kind of new in the Blast crew because we haven't made many changes in the gang lately, and so we spent the whole COVID era here, the whole online period since like last March.
I went through customs in Iceland to get here, and they just like flipped through my passport, and they're like, "Do you live in Denmark?" I was like, no. I just have so many stamps from coming back here over and over again. In a lot of ways, this is the epicenter of CS for me, just the amount of time that I've spent here.
Yeah.
Pro leagues over the years and stuff like that. Germany's another, big one, but Europe in general is where it's at.
Hands down, man. I mean,
Right.
Denmark also, I'd say like a good home of Counter-Strike. So I think it's a good chance to just get a little CS talk in to
There's
the
a
overtime show.
couple good teams from Denmark.
That and like this is the royal family of Denmark. Like it was like the son of the royal family was like 12 years old, came to like Blast Copenhagen last year or 2 years ago or whatever. just to get his
Finals
keyboard
19.
signed by device and left.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Didn't even watch the
and,
game, just got the signature.
The guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, what's it? Reek? What's his name? Game of Thrones.
Reek.
Yeah, well, him. I'm
Yeah.
sure he would not want to be called Reek, but he came to the Royal Arena as well
Okay.
to watch. Said no pictures.
Really?
But you can imagine how much he gets hounded,
Yeah.
especially during the peak of Game of Thrones.
So Astralis make it? Did anybody think that was actually going to happen? I mean, we predicted everybody in this row said Liquid in the first game
I
today.
left it until the last minute to put my prediction
Yep.
in the chat because I was so torn. Just looking at like, it sounds kind of dumb, but Liquid haven't beaten Astralis in like over 2 years. And I know it's completely
Real.
different rosters, but it's just like sometimes you see that
Yeah.
with teams, and it has been through different roster iterations as well. That's
Yeah.
something, so I was like, oh, do I just go with the trend? But I didn't.
I haven't beaten my own demons, and it's been 28 years. So, yeah. No, yeah, I actually thought, I was going to say this if it happened. If Liquid won the first series, I was going to say they're going to beat Vitality also. Because rematch on the line, the fact that they have more to prove here, and then they don't even get past Astralis, and that was my whole narrative for the day gone. So that kind of killed it for me. And especially being from NA, I came all the way here. Probably was on the same flight as Liquid, honestly. And, you know, then we're all just disappointed.
Everyone's
picking-
on that Liquid
picking
pack.
rocks now. All right.
It's always so close.
Yeah.
It was like 12-7 on Dust 2, and there was a number of timing rounds, like close ones. Like,
Many.
I mean, there's only a certain point where you can say there's an excuse. Like, Astralis were super clutch, and like, Lucky was insane, but it's just like, man,
That's the big one.
we need Liquid to do well. You know what I mean? We need Liquid to do well.
Do you think that they have what it takes, considering we're talking about, you know, them almost making it all the time?
Yeah.
Do you think they have what it takes
I'm
to get to
smoking
the
that pack to
Showdown?
the butt. You know what I
Yeah?
mean? Like all the way down, all 20. You know, I totally believe in them. I DM'd, so Maui brought up on the desk, like, you know, there's people who criticize Adren for being like, not an emotional leader, but like more of a tactical coach. That's just always been. But I was one of the guys who would see him, you know, behind them on stage during like a bad loss or something, and didn't feel like he was, you know, jumping up to really like inspire confidence. And, you know, I just feel like Zonic is like a great example of someone who clearly does both. Like clearly is there, you know.
He's got the whole package.
I feel like if Zonic touches you on the shoulder, it's like being blessed by God, right? Like, but Adren is just kind of like sitting there on the chair, and you know he brought the tactics and everything like that, but was missing that other side of things. So I was critical. But after seeing, you know, that period of time since he left and whatever, now he's come back, and you can see how much Liquid have improved in their tactics and everything like that. I DM'd him, and I was just like, I just want to say, like, it hasn't been more clear to me like how insane you are as a coach and like how much you brought to the roster. So I really do think the team looks extraordinary. I think their T sides look great. I think their mid rounds look great. I mean, I can't explain all the close losses, but I do think they looked awesome. And I also want to say, is it weird? Is it like a bad take to say that the 1v5 they lost to Refresh like wasn't exactly a choke? Like it was a really legit 1v5 in the sense that they maybe made one shy mistake where like Naf pulled back to quad, but apart from that, it was like really fast and it's super good.
In a weird way, I feel like Naf's mistake in it was him and Elige probably made the biggest mistakes. And that one, you can't blame them because they're the reason they got there in the first place. They were performing well all tournament pretty much. So it's really so rough to look back at that one and just think of what could have been, because that would have been a top 4 finish. And who knows what they would have done against Na'Vi. Na'Vi probably takes that, let's be real. But the fact is they would have gotten to test their mettle against the best team in the world. And then we would have finally had a real standard to put them on, a real benchmark there. Instead, we're now just kind of saying almost for Liquid again, almost for Liquid again. It was a
I think the
great point.
Showdown,
Mania.
you know, it's only 2 weeks away. That's the big one for me because this result in this group is a regression, like away from Pro League. I think a victory over Evil Geniuses in a 3-map.
Yeah,
3
for
maps.
sure.
Like it's.
No, they 2-0'd them.
2'd them? Yeah, sorry, I
yeah.
can't
But that's all. Like they really,
Exactly. So it's like there's nothing this weekend that really kind of like hammers home that they've recovered from that or that they're going to take it to the next level. And I think unfortunately, right, if we're seeing a Liquid that like has these flashes of the pan of success, but then also has hiccups, we all know that the Showdown is like cutthroat. And the teams that come from groups to Showdown, those aren't normally the teams that get out. It's like last time it was Gambit, who was one of the invited teams that really kind of like rose to the top. And for some of these teams at Showdown, and I'm thinking of like 9Z. 9Z took out Vitality. That was RPK's retirement. That was 9Z's first showing at Blast, and now they've
Yeah.
got their second chance. Like,
We've
this
got-
is supposed to be just better.
We've got maybe a potential rematch in Dignitas versus Liquid, and Dignitas upset Liquid
Yeah.
last time
Yeah,
too.
good point,
man. Good
so
point.
there's these teams
Crazy.
like
There's
the
no
tier-
sleepers, especially best of one.
The tier 2
Or
of
is it
Europe
tier
is
3?
just so relentlessly strong, and they have so many different tactics because they play the game a little bit differently. Whereas some of these top teams are going to be sometimes a little bit more read the game, read the default anti-strat super heavy. Some of these teams in tier 2 do just go for the full let's play our own game, and it's some ridiculous styles. Can be super aggressive, can be super gimmicky, one ways all over the place. Like, you just never know what you're gonna get until you do all your homework, and then even then it might not be the map that you thought it was.
And it's scary to play a team like 9Z who is like is looking to become a star. He's super young, insane opper.
So much
and
hunger.
You just don't have the data. Like, you can't compare yourself to the tier, whatever teams that they're playing against when they're practicing in Argentina and in SA when you don't know how they play or what they're like. And then you can only take so much from that. But they have so much data on you, on how to
100%.
play versus you, what to do. And so, yeah, it's where underdog stories are made at the Showdown.
Yeah, I think if we think of pressure as well, like a little bit of that is going to be retracted by the fact that, again, this is their second try at a stage of this caliber. But second group of the Blast Fall groups comes up not tomorrow, but the day after. That's right, we're going to have the likes of NIP, Big, G2, and MIBR. 2 of those teams to the Blast Fall Showdown, 2 of those teams to the Royal Arena. We will have a day off tomorrow. Enjoy your time. Thank you for joining us all day long and also here at the Overtime Show.